All right. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? We are back at it another day, another conversation about this BS. What's good with everybody? Hope life is treating you well. We got more likes in the building than people, so that's what's up. OG, what's going on, Mass Arms? How you feeling today? OG said, "Stay on his neck, OG." Hey, man, it's getting tired. I'm getting tired of standing on this dude's neck, man. I can't lie, man. It's getting tiring because it's just it's so blatant, and just to watch how these cats are covering this stuff up is it's 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 par for the course. But at the same time, man, whenever I would talk to people about boxing and how why I like boxing so much, and people will bring up how dirty it is and how people are cheating and how the fights are fixed and all of that type of stuff, and to sit here during this point in time and go through watch all this stuff going on, to see something that looks very, very fishy to say the least. Obviously, guilty is something that could be said, but to watch all of the reactions from like the mainstream media, the or non-reactions from the mainstream media, the ridiculous statement coming out of the WBC, it gets pretty disheartening, man. It gets pretty disheartening. But I watched Blue Blood. I actually was able to. I probably should have been doing this more, but I did spend a lot of time yesterday listening to the live streams for Blue Blood last night, and I listened to as much of BFTB as I could because his was kind of short because Blues went over. But listening to Nicolas Asberry talk about Tyson Fury, it's like, man, this dude believes every word that guy says, man. He believes every word that he says, man. And for you guys to continue not to give this, serious consideration, really you're doing a disservice to the sport of boxing. And I think you're doing a disservice to the next group of kids, to some kid that might wind up getting killed off of some ridiculousness like this. It's not just about it shouldn't just be about Deontay. It shouldn't just be about Deontay Wilder, man. It really should be about the sport, and it should be about the safety of fighters. And when you see a fighter that is this reckless with the safety of other human beings in a boxing ring, it's disheartening, man. He said, Pink Metal said, yo, those troll comments on one of your recent vids for now was wild as fuck. These some delusional, disrespectful. Dude, look, man, them dudes. Hey, first of all, let me get these super chats real quick. Did somebody walk up out of here with my thing? Oh, man. Well, I know how to get it going. Much love in that super chat from D Bevel the Champ, man. I ain't seen you in a minute, man. Good to have you back. And Philip Redden, man. Nice to see you guys back. I hadn't seen you guys for a minute. He said, hit the like button for Fanon to Don. And Philip Redden said, what it do, Don Dada, man? It does it, man. This life is good, man. Much love to you for that support, man. He said, it's a lovely hustle. Said, I appreciate you for not staying away from the issue. You can't hold your tongue. Yeah, man. Trust me, I wanted to stay away from the issue. I absolutely, positively do want to. What's going on, Mike Biggs Boxing in the building? I do want to stay away from the issue, man. I want to. Dude, don't nobody want this shit. Don't nobody want this headache. At least I don't want this headache. I can't speak for other people, but I don't want the headache, man. Who wants people making up shit about you? What do you think of a national commission? I think that would be better than what they have right now. I think it would be better than what they have right now. But on the real, it's more the fans. This is on the fans. You guys have to speak up about this. Boxing fans have to say something about it because we're the ones. Boxing is so decentralized that there is no one particular person in control of anything. It's not like the NFL where you have the commissioner of the NFL or the NBA or the NFL, and you have some rules committee that oversees all of the professional all of the professional football matches and baseball matches, basketball games. You know, he said the family don't want you to gong in the house anymore. Hey, man, they don't mind. Gong, gong, gong. They're going to get gongs, dog. It's what it is. Mike Biggs Boxing says, salute for non-international boxing channel. It's been a minute. Recent events got my anxiety on 100. You know that, man. Much love in that super chat, Mike Biggs Boxing. Yeah, it's a lot of stress out there in the world, man, and it's reasonable that people would feel like that, man. But man down 2320 said he's dangerous for the sport of boxing. We like boxing, but no cheating. Not at that level, man. I mean, I can understand, you know, some things like, you know, if somebody is, you know, hit you on the hip, or hit you below the belt every couple rounds, you know, you feel like the guy might be a dirty fighter, and you're like, okay, well, you know, toughen up, kind of like what Andre Ward said, right, about how he was taught to fight dirty fighters. It's like when somebody hits you below the belt, you got to make them stop. I mean, but how do you make somebody stop? It takes the padding off their gloves. And for anybody to act like that's not the case right now, you're trying to do that, oh, let's be tough type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like you can never complain when you're cheated, right? So in the instance where somebody is really taken advantage of, or they've really been done wrong, they're not allowed to complain, because the culture will say, well, if you complain, that means you're just making excuses. No, man, it's certain levels of violations, man, especially when you're dealing with a guy that's already 6'9", 300 pounds, who's got significant size advantages over anybody he fights. To allow that guy to come into the ring with less padding on his hand than needs to be there. It's just, what's good, man? Fancy Walton in the building. What's good, man? It's just something that, you know, it's something that needs to be addressed. And it needs to be addressed in a serious manner, not addressed by Mauricio Sulaiman just making up a story. I was in both locker rooms. Dude, how are you going to be in both locker rooms when they both how can you be in two locker rooms at the same time? Mauricio, how exactly does that work, man? How are you in two locker rooms at the same time? Because both of these guys are on camera getting their hands wrapped at the same time. But Mauricio Sulaiman says in defense of Tyson Fury that he was in both of the locker rooms when the hands got wrapped. Dog, that's just not true. It's just not true. And it would be interesting for people to say, you know what? I'll just look at it. Let's take a look at it. We're hearing a lot of reports from people saying that they believe that Tyson Fury did something underhanded. There is a chance that we, as the Boxing Commission, missed it. So we're going to go and we're going to do an investigation. We're going to look at it, and we're going to let you know, within 30 days what our findings are, and we're going to give you a real investigation over it. You think something like that is going to happen out of the WBC? Absolutely not. Mr. Shelton says, salute for now. Salute to you, Mr. Shelton. And Mark Wonderland said, hey, I like them Chicago Bears. LDBC bomb squad all day, every day, till this day. Yes, sir, man. So I did want to make a couple of observations of some things that were said in that were said in the live stream with at Nicolas Asberry, because dude went off. He got a lot of energy and he was clearly pissed. But I made sure, thank you to Tania M. Thank you so much for your support. I made sure I sat and I listened to him, and I listened to him for the entire time that he spoke. And the guy comes off as very, very believable. Specifically, the guy's like, man, look, when have you ever seen a sanctioning body catch anybody? And that's true. The performance enhancing, I don't know of a sanctioning body catching anybody for loaded gloves or any type of tampering. The people that have been caught in the past were caught because the other team caught them. It's Lucky Greer said black should have our own boxing leagues and not box non-black people. Our melanin gives us advantage. It's just science, and they know this. They will cheat us because of this. Because of this reason. Hold on one second, man. Hey, what's good, man? I'm good, man. I'm in a live stream right now. I just saw that you called though, so I picked it up. Oh, where's man? Is there something you need right now? I give you a call back. Yeah. Oh, that's what's up. I'll hit you back later today, man. All right, man. Peace. Yes, sir. D Bevel the Champ said I've been missing the morning streams because of my work schedule has changed. Salute. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming. Proud of what the LDBC and New Media are doing. Yeah, it's not easy, man. It's like who I said it's my Bluetooth speaker, Chicago Bears helmet. That's what's up. Hey, man, look, who wants to go really and truly, man? Nobody want to go through this, man. Nobody want to go through this. Being the one that gets ridiculed, being the person that has, people leaving all kind of crazy messages. Yeah, people lying about your personal life, doing all this other kind of crap to try to protect this dude, man. Dude, why? He's not worth it, man. Well, maybe he's worth it to you guys because you have some delusion in your head that somehow he's going to be some megastar in the United States. Dog, now that mafia dude pulled out of the fights. I mean, dude, where's all that money coming from now? You might as well let the dude go, man. Jetfly Lee said, what do you think about the way Don King was treated by the media and why they don't bash Bob Arum or Eddie Hearn? It's because dude's black. Because you're black. Same reason these people won't believe Tyson Fury can cheat. Because he's look, man. There is some real. I talk about this on my Patreon, and I'm actually got a Patreon video that's coming out today. It's either going to be out today or tomorrow morning on this. But there is ways that you look like. How can I say this, man? People will look if you said the same thing, right? About, let's say, Samuel Peter, right? Say someone's like, oh, Samuel Peter. We can see the gloves in his hand. We can see his knuckles coming through his gloves. We can see that he's failed a performance-enhancing drug test before. We've seen him get into the ring and get caught with the thumb disconnected, right? All of that stuff, right? But if you were to say, yeah, we think Samuel Peter is a crook, dude, there wouldn't be any problem whatsoever about that with Samuel Peter. The boxing media is not going to come out and say, "Oh, I don't believe that would be the case," and just ignore the story completely, where you see the guy's knuckle wrapped into a glove. Dude, there really is something beyond just the conscious. When people see somebody that they consider to be white doing something, my personal belief is that it's harder for them to see any wrongdoing in that person. The same way as you can see a guy. Right? Like, how many times have you seen somebody like, a European American guy go and shoot up a school or shoot up a bunch of people, and they say they act like, what? I can't believe that he would do it. He's so intelligent. He speaks so clearly. I mean, how could you possibly, we would have never suspected it, right? Like, you hear that about guys like, what's the guy's name that was the Ted Bundy, right? Now, like, Ted Bundy could go undetected for so long in so many different places and have access to so many different ways to take advantage of women and hurt women. But if you have some color in your skin, dude, you're not going to get away with that shit on that block. If you walk down the fucking block, the police officers are pulling you over and asking you what you're doing there. What are you here for? Right? That's it. Don't you see this constantly? Like, you'll see black people going through a neighborhood, they're not doing jack shit, but somebody will call the police on them because they look like they don't belong there. Well, the flip side of that is you see people committing crimes who have that look, right? Like Tyson Fury. I'm not sure. Does he have blue eyes? Like pale skin, blue-eyed, cracks jokes, speaks with a British accent. There's no way this guy could be a thief. We had no idea that he walked into the ring with no padding on his glove. King James, real man to man. Why do you hate Tyson Fury? I don't, dog. I hate you. I hate you, King James. Now ask me why I hate you. I hate you because you try to come here with some cornball shit and try to make it look like this is just some emotional play. It's not an emotional play. It's not about my hate for Tyson Fury or my love for Deontay Wilder or any other type of emotion or my sadness that Deontay Wilder left. Dude, that's just some other dumb shit where you try to attach somebody's feeling, what they see with their eyes, to their emotions. But bitch, I ain't your fucking girlfriend. I ain't emotional because I hate Tyson Fury. Dude, I see the guy's hands coming through his glove, man. That's what I see. That's what I see. I see the guy's gloves pop. I see his hands through his gloves. But you can label that. Why do you hate? You just hate. Motherfucker, I don't hate. I'm not hating anybody. Except you for trying that cornball shit, man. Don't do that to people, man. He said these trolls are getting fed up at Fanon. You're hitting buttons. Of course I'm hitting buttons, man. This is obvious. This is obvious. The guy's glove is completely fucking showing. It's his hands and his knuckles are completely showing. And I could, yes, at the day before yesterday, I could point anybody to that photo and show them the photo and say, look for yourself. But all of a sudden, that photo is no longer available, to be seen. The proof that is not Photoshop. Now, don't get me wrong. The proof is still on my computer because I knew damn well that shit wasn't going to stay up very long. Once enough people went to that website and enough people said, wow, look at this. I don't care who checked the gloves before you got in the ring. I don't care what happened with the gloves after it. I don't even care that Mauricio Sulaiman is lying about having been in the locker room to check the gloves. Dude, Mauricio, it's on camera it's on camera who was in there. You think you just gonna tell that lie and ain't nobody's gonna see it? Kevin Dunbar, much love in that super chat, man. Ox said the fucking photos were removed. It's an obvious cover-up. Dude, it's obvious. But they're not gone. Let me assure you, they are not gone. And neither is the proof that those things were copyrighted. Yeah, exactly, Leon Robinson. That's it. I don't like you. That's all that is. I don't like you, King James. Fuck you. Fuck that dude. Who the fuck cares about that dude? That dude is a fucking monkey. What do I care what show? Man, fuck it. All I say is I don't give a fuck what that dude thinks. That dude is never going to say anything that is going to ruffle anybody's fucking feathers, dude. Because he's there just to fucking go along with the fucking flow. Dude, as soon as I heard him talk about why I'm non-biased. What the fuck does that mean, non-biased? Dude, I'm not being biased. I'm being as non-biased as I can. How the fuck is this delusional? Oh, EKOZ. And much love in that super set. I appreciate what you do, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. Fuck, dude. Look, let me tell you something. You're stupid. I agree with your name. Beggar, I don't believe that I've asked anybody for anything. In order to be begging, you have to ask somebody for something. Okay? Didn't ask for anything. Look, man. I'm going to do this again. Did it yesterday. I'm going to do it again today. Look at that, man. This is what they removed. First of all, I'm delusional, right? Copyright 2020, John Krasinski. Location, Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. No model release attached, no property release attached. Author, John Krasinski. And here you go, right there. That's an index finger and 4 different fingers. That's an index finger and 4 different fingers. There is no padding. There is no significant padding in that glove. None. No significant padding in that glove whatsoever. None. Why? How am I being delusional? Somebody explain to me how it's me that's being delusional when I'm looking right at a photo where I clearly see his finger right there and I clearly see 2 other fingers right there. And I'm delusional? You're just a coon. That's all that is. You just care you just care about what these people think about you, and you're too much of a fucking coward to stand up and say exactly what it is. You're just a fucking coward. You're a coward. Okay? Because it takes a lot of heat. You get a lot of heat for pointing things out like that. You get a lot of heat. You get a lot of insults. You get a lot of threats. You get a lot of stuff by pointing out that there is no padding right there. You're ridiculed as a sore loser. You are, dude, I've had people say things about me personally, like concoct stories about me that are disgusting just because I say that there's no padding right there. You're a fucking coward, okay? You're a coward. People, I got all kind of threats when I pointed out that Tyson Fury's manager, Daniel Kinahan, is reputedly one of the biggest mob bosses in all of Ireland. Got a bunch of threats about that too. You pussies. Where's your fucking video about that? Where's your video about that? Show me any fucking video where any of you bums have ever taken a stance on anything related to boxing that meant anything at all, other than who you think is going to win a fight. You don't see you motherfuckers with no videos about performance-enhancing drugs. I've never heard any of you cowards make a video about Mauricio Suleiman in the WBC and how they legalized performance-enhancing drugs by raising the acceptable levels of Combuterol after Canelo Alvarez popped dirty. What about that, you fucking coward? What about that, coward? Did you make a video about that, coward? Always easy to sit back and call everybody else delusional. Oh, this dude's delusional. That dude's delusional. Oh, don't you know everybody will hate you? Everybody hates you. Everybody's laughing at you. Like some fucking kids, man. No, I'm gonna entertain. I'm not entertaining trolls. I'm entertaining cowards. Have enough fucking nuts about yourself to stand up for something instead of being the one standing there with the crew that are all taking shots at us. You can say what you want to say about Blue Blood. You can say what you want to say about me or New Media, Boxing Ego, or Dante's Boxing Nation, or any of these guys that go out on a limb to point out to you crookedness that is happening right in front of your eyes. And they get ridiculed. I get ridiculed. Do you remember how many times, I can't even tell you how many times I was called a racist for saying that there's racism in the world at all. It was not 8 weeks ago. It wasn't 4 weeks ago that Paulie Malignaggi was saying the same thing about everybody claiming that the police brutality was real in the world. You know, it was all fake, right? Remember that, Paulie, when Paulie Malignaggi was saying it? It was all fake. It's a figment of the imagination of black people. But right there in the middle of the street, you see one policeman sit on top of 4 other police officers, sit on the back of somebody else and kill them right before your eyes, before you have to say, damn, Fanon said this shit a while ago. Maybe he was telling the truth. And not just me, everybody else that was pointing out this stuff about police were telling the truth. And I'm telling you here, there's no fucking difference. We're telling you the truth here. We're telling you the truth here. Tyson Fury got in that ring and cheated Deontay Wilder, and he cheated Deontay Wilder for the specific purpose of making millions of dollars and claiming he was the greatest fighter, that he's the greatest heavyweight fighter. But the reason he cheated is because he got put out on his he got laid out like this on his fucking back. And he was afraid that was going to happen again in this fight. So he got gloves. He fought with an entirely different set of gloves. And as you see right there in that picture, he has no padding in that glove, and he was not going to take, and he was going to cheat. And he was going to cheat. And that's what he did. Let me get to these super chats, man, because y'all some fucking jokes, dude. Straight up. Kevin Dunbar, much love in that super chat. Steve E. Cuz, much love in that super chat. Big Dog Willie say daily affirmation, fuck Dillian White, fuck Fury, and the WBC. Yes, sir. And my man Bo the Pro, much love in that super chat, Bo the Pro. And you did, you said thank you, my brother, for the truth. Dude, you're gonna get the truth, man. And this is Mr. Sheldon said for the pocket watching weirdos. Much love in that super chat. See, that's the thing. Oh, and also MD 2020 said, I'm willing to bet that everyone in Mayweather's gym sees nothing wrong with that picture. They will all go to Fury's defense. Look, man. Much love in that super chat. Look, man. I don't care what the Mayweather gym has to say. Could not care less what they have to say. You had a bozo from the Mayweather gym stand up and tell you that Tyson Fury is too nice a guy and he's too ethical to cheat in a boxing ring. And then he said that shit with a straight face, knowing damn well that Tyson Fury had popped dirty for performance enhancing drugs. And when somebody else asked him about that, the guy said, all he did is his face was like, meh. Yeah, like he didn't want it to register. That Tyson Fury is already on record as having cheated. He's already on record for that. There is no question. There is no question whether or not Tyson Fury is a cheater at all. And there's no question about whether there was padding. His padding was messed in his gloves. There's no question. It's right there. It's right there. And I listened to Best Fight the Best, and Best Fight is for showing pictures of Tyson Fury's glove and outing Tyson Fury. I got banned for Twitter for life, man. Them dudes is clowns, man. A whole bunch of people got banned fucking with me, though. Look, dude, these guys are fucking scumbag. Block Billy Anderson. Somebody can block him. I'm sure somebody would have got him. Somebody's gonna get the dude quick, man. Hey, there, he's already gone. Billy Anderson, Wilder's a grown-ass man. He don't need you talking on his behalf. Like Counterpunch Boxing's news said just a moment ago, if any of this had truth to it, Wilder would be going to court. No, he wouldn't. And fuck Counterpunch. Fuck that monkey, too. Fuck you and that monkey. What do you mean if it was true? Why would Deontay Wilder be going to that when he's got another $150 million sitting on his plate to be made? You guys want to get into the mind of what other people would be thinking. Like, well, this can't be true because if it was true, Deontay Wilder would have done this and Deontay Wilder would have done that. How do you know what Deontay Wilder would have done? You don't have just whether or not Deontay Wilder says anything about it or not has nothing to do with whether it's true or not. You think his brother is saying something? His other brother is saying something? People that are on the phone with him and have had interviews with him on their channel who are known to be friends of his, because do you think all of these people are saying something and Deontay Wilder doesn't know anything about it? No, you know what Deontay Wilder's not doing? Deontay Wilder's going to sit right there and let everybody fucking know. I bet if everybody knows what the deal is. And he got it out there. What does he need to say anything for? But more importantly, I don't need to hear that shit. What do I need Deontay Wilder's testimony for? I already told you, dude, I can see knuckles and fingers in this picture that's on the screen. What do I need Tyson? I don't need Deontay Wilder to tell me he had puka shells in the back of his head. I can see the puka shells. Puka shell number 1, puka shell number 2. I don't need anybody to. I don't need Deontay Wilder for Deontay Wilder to tell me he had puka shells in his gloves. I also don't need to tell him to tell me that his trunks were black. Hey, look at his trunks. His trunks are black. I can see that for myself. So he doesn't need to tell me that Tyson Fury's gloves are tampered with because I can see it for myself. I can see it right there. Oh, dude, Tyson Fury is going to feel it. Tyson Fury is going to feel it. It can happen in the ring. It could happen not in the ring. Dude, but when you're a miserable motherfucker like that, when you're a miserable human being, when you're a miserable, lying, cheating scumbag of a human being, shit comes back to you, dog. Shit comes back to you. It may not happen in the ring. It may happen outside the ring. But being a piece of shit, eventually catches up to you. Exactly. Anthony Ingram said the proof is in the fucking pictures. That's it. What else do I need to see? That's why they got rid of that picture. That's why this picture that you see right there is now in a private gallery. Because it wasn't just that picture. There's many pictures on that site where you can clearly see his glove is completely flat at the top. His glove is completely flat at the top. His glove looks damaged. He looks like he's fighting with a damaged glove. Because why else would your shit be dented in at the top? Salute Fanon, truth over treachery. Dude, look, man. There's nothing else you need to see other than that right there. Where am I? I'm pointing the wrong direction. Other than that right there, there's nothing else that you need to see. Because there's no scenario where his glove should be up against his knuckle. None. How many times have you seen that in your career? In the amount of time, it was flat at the start. His glove is completely hammered at the top. There's nothing round about it. It's completely flat. The PBC has a photo gallery too. They getting hit at all angles. Dog, look, man. There's no question about whether or not Tyson Fury went in there without padding over his knuckles. There's no question about it. There's no question about whether or not he's a cheater. There's no question about it. Justin State to get my cash. Mushy said, I hope Wilder ends Fury's career next fight. Much love in that super chat. Dude, Tyson Fury should not even be able to get the next fight. Tyson Fury should not even be able to get the next fight. That's the truth of it. He should not even be eligible for the next fight because he should be serving a suspension for that. He should be serving a suspension for that. What is the difference between that and steroids? What's the difference? You're going in there with hitting people with your knuckles, and you know you're doing it. Now, the question is, though, to the WBC, okay, what is that? Give us an explanation about why you can see knuckles and fingers in a glove. Give me the explanation for it. I don't want to hear we trust Tyson Fury, that bullshit they did with Canelo Alvarez. Well, Canelo Alvarez has passed so many other drug tests. He passed so many other drug tests that I believe him. And I believe I believe that he didn't take performance-enhancing drugs because he passed all those other tests. Well, shit. Big Baby Miller passed a bunch of performance-enhancing drug tests. He popped dirty in his last two, but before that, he passed test after test after test after test. What is he has over 20 professional fights? Big Baby Miller has over 20 professional fights. He got popped dirty in kickboxing before he got to boxing, right? But once he got to boxing, no failed drug tests until he got the fight with Anthony Joshua. But other than that, he did not fail at all. I guess you expect me to believe that he was never on it. Just because he didn't get caught. That's the logic that they use for Canelo Alvarez. And then Canelo Alvarez proceeded to move off, not at 160, by the way, where he got popped dirty. He moved all the way up to 175. Looked like the Incredible fucking Hulk at 175 pounds, dude. Walking people down, dude, with completely vascular, right? You can see, dude, you can see fucking veins in his forehead. You can see veins in his forearms, veins in his, you can see veins in the dude's, what are these called? Your, your traps? Whatever this is, you can see it in his shoulder muscles. You can see veins all pumping through his triceps. How the fuck did you put on all that muscle, not put on any fat, and you could at any time in your career have made 154 pounds? Dude, the dude is doping. The WBC knows he's doping. You know he's doping. I know he's doping. Anybody he fights knows that he's doping. It's clear. And the WBC, despite the fact that it was clear just from the naked eye, and then he tested positive, they still supported him. They still supported him. When he refused to fight his mandatory, they created the franchise belt to keep him as a champion, even though he gave them the middle finger about fighting Jermall Charlo. And the WBC supports all of that. These guys are jokes, man. And just like Nicolas Asberry said, tell me one time a boxing commission caught somebody with loaded gloves. Give me one time. Mr. 20 Tex, until this day, thank you for keeping it real, man. More than my pleasure. Somebody please tell me when the Nevada State Athletic Commission ever caught somebody for loaded gloves. Ever. They don't catch them for steroids. We know that. They don't catch them for steroids. That's VADA, right? That's VADA or UCAD or somebody like that. But the state commissions and the WBC, they've never caught anybody for loaded gloves. Only thing they've ever done is make excuses for them after they get caught. Like this guy right there. Like him right there. Like you can see right there. He is caught with loaded gloves right there. Caught red-handed right there. Then you could see, and I listened to BFTB because like I said, man, he would have slept Charlo. He didn't have enough nerve to fight Charlo, so how would you know? How would you know he would have slept Charlo if he didn't have enough courage to fight Charlo? You guys want to talk about what's in somebody's head. I'm dealing with what's out there, what I actually see. And what I actually saw was Canelo duck Charlo. That's what I know. I know he did not want the Jermall Charlo fight. That's the only thing that I know. Just like all this crap about people trying to point, well, if Deontay Wilder would have said so, when Deontay Wilder says something, is that going to make you believe him? You believe that the dude made an excuse about his headgear. You guys are still running around acting like that shit's true. Even though there's no audio of him ever saying it. You guys are just pieces of shit liars. You media people are pieces of shit liars and cowards. You're either a liar or you're a fucking coward, or you're both. Because none of you guys even had enough nerve to print this. You didn't even have enough nerve to print this. You see this. You didn't have enough nerve. You didn't have enough nerve to tell anybody about this. Only thing that you guys did was tell us what Tyson Fury had to say about it and what the WBC had to say about it. But that's because you guys are in their pockets. And you know perfectly well that you're not real media. You're not real media. What you are is what these people are over there at Fight Hype, not Fight Hype, excuse me. At because I don't speak on Fight Hype because I haven't seen what they've said or what they've not said. But Ring Magazine, ESPN, World Boxing News, those guys, they are not media people. They are PR agents. They are public relations institutions or public relations organizations. They take the press releases and the information that the sanctioning bodies want to be known, and in exchange for interviews and information being released to them early, they print whatever it is that organization wants them to print. Because other than that, they will have no access to fighters. They will not have any access to their early information about whatever story that that Bob Arum wants to make up. They're not going to get any access to whatever information, whatever stories that MTK Global Fighters, like you can't get. How are you going to get, if they did this, how are they going to get access to the rest of the cheating ass MTK Global Fighters? Like Billy Joe Saunders. Dude, these guys are replete with fucking cheaters, dude. They're replete with cheaters. They got cheaters up and down the roster. Up and down the roster. All dude, everybody, the top heavyweights. How many of these dudes have popped dirty in the UK? You just don't have the courage to say it. But don't look like the people that really are going to do, the people that are really doing their job. The ones that are really doing their job, leave them alone and let them really do their job. The president, John Doe, said the president of the WBC would defend anything from Fury. Nah, it depends on if somebody with more money comes around. It just depends. Does somebody somebody with more money come around? But who knows, man? God's green flat earth? What is that? No, I'll just throw you out. Goodbye. Dude, I'm not interested in what you guys think. At a certain point in time, dude, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in what you think. Because you already know. You're just out here trying to say, you're just out here making shit up. The earth is flat too. What the fuck does flat earth have to do with anything? What does a flat earth have to do with this? You're not going to cute your way out of this. CJ, Fanon, do you think they will seriously investigate the man's glove? No, they already know. The investigation is over, dude. It's already known. There's nothing else to do. Do you have to investigate? If you saw somebody on camera, right, with a gun, and you see him shoot somebody in the head, right, and then look at the camera and say, it's me, there ain't no investigation. You're going to go arrest the dude. You're going to go arrest him. You're going to show the judge. You're going to show the judge the tape, and then you're going to go arrest him. And then you're going to stick that tape, you're going to give it to the jury, and that motherfucker is going to go to jail. Okay? Same thing goes with Tyson Fury. This shit is obvious to anybody that sees it. Anybody that's not lying or trying to pal around with UK dudes. And you black dudes, oh man, fuck them dudes, man. They literally have not said anything worth hearing in years. There's no scandals in boxing at all if you listen to these people. None. 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 Deontay Wilder has done no right, can do no right with those people. None. If Anthony Joshua says, I'm freezing Deontay Wilder out, it'll be, no, Tyson Fury never, Anthony Joshua never said it. Deontay Wilder didn't take the $100 million deal. But you know that $100 million deal isn't $100 million, right? It was not $120 million. It's supposed to be $100 million. And it was supposed to be for fights with Anthony Joshua, but Anthony Joshua's not actually signed to DAZN. So why would Deontay Wilder sign somewhere where Anthony Joshua may not even be? Did any of that stuff make sense to them? No. Deontay Wilder was ducking. Why? Because the people whose booty they got their tongues up in say so. Excuse me, man. My man, MD2020 said, I bet they wish they had the original picture was sitting up next to a certain B sample somewhere in a cellar in the UK. Exactly. Man, these dudes are so fucking crooked. These dudes are so crooked that they let... Come on, man. These UK dudes are dirty as the fuck. Like, you know that they allowed Dillian Whyte to go into a fight under the influence of nandrolone into a fight with Oscar Rivas. You know you know they did that. You know the gloves that Oscar Rivas approved were not used. That Dillian Whyte came up with his own unchecked pair of gloves while he's on steroids to fight Oscar Rivas in the UK. And it took Thomas Hauser and somebody and a whistleblower for anybody to find out about it. And when everybody found out about it, they didn't have any shame. They didn't test the B sample. They just said, well, we agree with our original finding. We're okay with the fact that he got in there in performance-enhancing drugs. Fine by us. That's what UCAD and the BBBOC did with Dillian Whyte. As crooked as them motherfuckers are, Tyson Fury is so crooked that he dropped the belt for the BB. He dropped his UK license so that he could not be underneath their jurisdiction for them to figure once it was found out that he tampered with evidence in his own performance-enhancing drugs trial, hearing, or whatever you call it. Martin Carefoot said, I never sold him wild boar meat. Which completely took away his excuse for being on nandrolone. And never mind that he already admitted earlier that he and everybody else, every other professional boxer, was on performance-enhancing drugs. That's an admission that he made on IFL TV. And still, you guys don't see this guy as a cheater. Still. Deontay Wilder ain't never been suspended for nothing. And you don't give him not 1/100th of the fucking credit or the leeway that you give Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury ain't sold no fucking tickets in the United States for shit. Don't nobody give a fuck about him in the United States, but somehow he's the big superstar heavyweight that everybody's gonna back. You're backing him because you hope that white people will sign on with him, and you hope that that his skin color will translate into increased popularity. It's just fucking bullshit, dude. The dude ain't never had more than he ain't had 1,500 people. He ain't had 3,000 people buy tickets for his fucking events in the United States. And you motherfuckers are acting like he's get the fuck out of here, dude. You guys are terrible, man. Just terrible, dude. And the black people doing this shit, that's just something else, man. I know I missed somebody's super chat, man. My bad. Focus Ball said, I told you 3 months ago, no padding, and egg weight sent you the picture. You did. You absolutely positively did. You absolutely did. This is not new. This is not new at all. And yes, Focus Ball said this. Everybody else was focusing on the left glove. Focus Ball is the one that said the right glove. But dude, you gotta excuse me, Focus Ball. I get a little cheating wary. You know what I mean? Like, dude, who wants to be the dude to get ridiculed all the fucking time? You know what I mean? Like, who wants to do that shit all the fucking time? You see somebody's blatantly cheating. These people don't give a fuck because they just want Deontay Wilder to lose. That's all. It's it. They don't care. And to see that there's something that's this obvious that you don't care about. Yeah, Lover, who you say Young Pharaoh was on this when it happened and they laughed at him. Yeah, and they tried to laugh at everybody else. Big Dog Willie said, I'm sorry, Fanon, I have to get on my soapbox. Fuck all you tap dancers who try to protect Fury. Uncle Ruckus would be proud. Yeah, dude, there's just nothing. I mean, look, man, there are people who I think that are reasonable people that take this stance. That it's cheating. Cheating happens, right? So they're not going to do anything about it. You got to fix it in the next fight. Right? I understand that there are people that believe that, right? And that that's their viewpoint on it. But anything short of that, I have no respect for it. Anything short of that, you're full of shit. If you say, what's going on? Let me see. First of all, fuck you, Flight's Hitman. Be careful of you exposing a little too much, bro. You don't know what Tyson Fury's manager is capable of doing to me. Yes, I do. Absolutely. He's capable of doing the same shit any police officer that I'm unfortunate enough to get into an argument with could do. They can kill you. You think that's some fucking mystery? It's not a mystery. So what? So what? Do you realize what could happen to me if I walk down the street? I walk every day on a street that has all kind of cars driving by. Somebody can bump up on the side of that road, and hit me any day. Same thing. I can fuck around. They got coronavirus all the fuck around me. I can catch corona. I have asthma, and I can die from corona because I have asthma. The fuck? I know people can kill me, and I know I can kill people too. What the fuck does that have to do with this motherfucker's hand wraps? What's it got? Not his hand wraps. What does that got to do with the fact that it's not going to change the picture? It's not going to change the picture. Jai said, Pharaoh, Fred from Barbershop Conversations, Blue Blood, Aki, Boxing Nation's Ego, Kirk from Boxing Insider, the only one speaking on Fury for cheating from the media. It's obvious. It's obvious. It's very obvious. Now, let me get into the psychology of it, though. Somebody says that when Nicolas Asberry said something, Damu Brat said, Fanon, they still didn't say anything about Alex Ariza giving Maidana something illegal in his corner during the AB fight. Dude, that dude was probably fighting with loaded gloves in the AB fight. If he fought with the same gloves he tried to fight Deontay Wilder with, he fought with no padding in the gloves. Mike said he's threatening you with his on the low, his mind somewhere else. He's threatening you. Dude, of course these dudes are threatening me. I get threats all the time. I've been threatened. I've gotten death threats over Floyd Mayweather Jr. I've gotten death threats over Gervonta Davis. I've gotten death threats over Tyson Fury. I've gotten death threats over Anthony Joshua. I mean, dude, fuck y'all. What you want me to say? Fuck y'all. Dude, I'm 51 years old. I'm not going to be here forever. I'm not 18. I'm not going to be here forever. Fuck you. Fuck you. Pretty much. Fuck you, pretty much. And if anybody needs to be mad, if that dude needs to be, his name is DK, by the way. And if he need to be mad at somebody, he need to be mad at Tyson Fury for fucking up his money. Not me. I didn't fuck up his money. They fucked up his money. And they fucked up his money big time. They fucked off like $300 million of his money. And dragged him out in the public all around the world. He's not the one that said anything. He wasn't even talking. Dude, Bob Arum and those guys are putting his name on all kind of flyers and all that. Ooh, I forgot. Let me see something. Man, I wish I could find this. I know this is gone. Yeah, dude, as soon as I type up Daniel Kinahan, the first thing comes up is gangster. What you gonna do? Go kill Google or something? Come on, man, please. See if it comes up. Special advisor. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see the invite. I should get that invite with all those people that went to that meeting. Hey, much love. Sean Snow says, salute to the mighty LDBC. Keep talking good shit for 9. Hey, man, we're gonna keep going. But I do think there is something about them not caring about black people getting cheated. That's the portion of it that I didn't get to. Hater to Love It TV said, Wilder doesn't deserve this crap. The whole thing is about race. They hate Wilder. What Wilder represents. Much love. Now I'm gonna tell you though, I do believe though, they believe the shit that Nick Asberry said. Like I don't necessarily buy into it. Like I think that the reason, and I could be wrong, but I think that the reason why black people really do excel in sports like they do, like we do, is because we work hard. We work hard. We're dedicated to the sport. And when guys got talent, they know they have that talent. And they find the sport to fit into it. And that's why I think we do so well. But I do believe that a lot of the Europeans, I think they do have inferiority complexes when it comes to black people. I think they have inferiority complexes where they don't think that they match up because they think it's just genetic. So like I know that there's many black people that think that there's that black people are just genetically better at sports than Europeans are. And I don't necessarily buy that, but I know that there's a lot of black people that believe that. And I know that there's a lot of white people believe that. That's why they got all these obsessions about the size of our penises and, all these cuckold fantasies with black men having sex with their wives and all kind of crazy shit like that. That shit comes from an inferiority complex. I do believe that as far as they have taught themselves and they believe, because it can't be that you worked harder, right? It can't be because, somebody's just putting in the work and they're, putting in the work 7 days a week, or 6 days a week, taking off some time for their body, that they've got really good coaches that know how to teach them how to do what they're doing, right? That would mean that through your effort, that you are better than they are because of your effort and because of something you did, right? They don't want to believe that shit. So they believe that everything's genetic, that it's just, you got an extra muscle in your leg, or you got, it's because of this, that, or whatever reason, right? That you're able to do these things. It's not because you work harder, it's because you're cheating. Because nature gave you something that nature didn't give us. I believe that they believe that. I believe that they believe that. Just like I know that there's a lot of black people believe that. There's a lot of white people that believe that. And because they believe that, they are okay with cheating. Now, that's not the first time when Nicolas Asberry said that. That's not the first time. It's not the first time that I said it. That people that it had been said. I've been saying it for years. They use steroids because they think we are on Negroids. We're on Negroids, so they take steroids. Deontay Wilder, all he is a big puncher, so they don't care that Tyson Fury equalizes the playing field. Chief Nappy said HU. Nappy Chief 35 said HU's class of 92 B school Bison salute. That's what's up. You know Stove? You know Stove? You probably know Stovall. You know Stovall? Nappy Chef 35. I think he was in the business school at that time, and I think like 92 Tyra Mariani. I think she was in the business school at that time. For sure, Tyra Mariani was in the business school at that time. I think she's like she was working for Obama, and now I think she might be doing something else. But yeah, man, shout out to HU. Hey, TQ reacts. Much love in that super chat. Remember when Joshua was the WBC mandatory at one point, but he decided to face Klitschko for all the other belts? Yeah. Well, he actually left the rankings a little bit before that. But yeah, once Tyson Fury dropped all those belts, they ran away from Deontay Wilder to get over there by Tyson Fury. Boxing isn't about race; it's about the best fighting the best. Yeah, go tell that to somebody. I'd love for them to catch that. I would love for that to be the case. But that, my friend, that's wishful thinking. If you believe that people don't see it that way. They clearly see it that way. It's a lovely hustle, said Melanin Fanon. Yeah, absolutely. I understand. But what I'm saying is that's where the willingness to allow people to cheat is. Because it's pretty much anything to get your way, man. It's just some real dirty, down low type shit, man. Focus Ball had it on the spot though. Said bang their wives. Dude, you ever wonder about that shit, dude? These guys really do say can't help we're confident beings. Yeah, nah, dude. If the only way that you can make money, if that's the main way that you know that you can get money, then there's going to be a lot of people competing for it, man. And when there's a lot of people competing, you're going to see some really great athletes, right? And that's how I see it anyway. I just have run into I've run into enough white boys that were serious athletes to say, nah, they're not incapable of being great athletes. They're extremely capable of being great athletes. Absolutely great athletes. That guy Thompson, the triple jumper from the UK, who's got the world record in the triple jump, he's probably juicing, but still, so a lot of those dudes, man. Said, Fanon, I literally got offered money to ban their wives. It's crazy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because hey, be my to cuckold their wife, dog. A surgeon asked me to fuck his wife. Yeah, like that type shit. Like they want to see you have sex with their wives. Like what kind of twisted mentality is that shit? What kind of twisted mentality is that? I know y'all took that money though, Big Dog Willie. How much did he wind up paying you to do it? How much did they wind up paying you to do it, Big Dog Willie? Because I know you took that money, dog. I know you took that money. Treat you like an animal. Treat you like an animal. They say the same about Lewis Hamilton in F1. The few times he lost, it was because he was outsmarted. When he wins, it's because he's a natural talent. Oh, yeah. When you lose, it's because you're outsmarted. When you win, it's because you're a natural talent. That's the lick. He said the fastest guy in my class was actually a white guy, close friend of mine. Rest in peace. Yeah, man, dude, there are monsters out there, man. Dude, that white boy from Texas that goes to Georgia, Matt Bowling. Dude, Matt Bowling is fucking bananas. Dude, that boy right. Hey, You can get some ready for some gold medals coming up out of him. And I wouldn't be surprised if he got it in the 100 meters. Man, that guy can run his ass off, man. It's just training and he believes himself, man. And Lover Host said they want you to screw my wife. Hey, you want to screw my wife? Exactly. What kind of craziness shit is that, man? But look, man. At the end of it, dude, you know Tyson Fury. I know Tyson Fury's guilty. Tyson Fury knows he's guilty. Those channels saying people are delusional. I mean, dude, what do you expect them to say? That's what they say for everything. Anything you got to say, they say that. Anytime you say anything that is anti-establishment, here is some bootlicking Negro to try to tell you that you're being what you're doing, right? Same ones to say, like Terry Crews. He is too tall, P.S. that white runner. That motherfucker can run. Maybe he's too tall for the 100. But that 400, he ain't no joke. That dude can go, man. Now, there's going to be some guys that can beat him, but he said he's too tall. He's too tall. You're talking about the Matt Bowling. What is he, like 6'2"? Yeah, I mean, if he's got the tail speed he does, I mean, he's not taller than Carl Lewis, I think. Terry Coons. Yeah, like that type of dude, man. Like, shut up. Like, how about you just shut up? If you don't believe it, you don't want to put any credence into it, cool. But short of that, dude, just shut up. Damon Wester said exactly. Juicing come on for now. We're superior in everywhere, and that's a fact. So they need to use PEDs just to stay on a level with us. I mean, I do. Hey, look, dude, I'm forever, ever going to be of a believer, man. That is. Look, I'll put it this way, dude. I'm not such a great athlete that I don't know that there are white dudes that are better athletes than me, because there are. You know what I mean? Maybe at the top level, like you're going to have finding somebody that's a better athlete than you, Usain Bolt. That's going to be a very, very tall task. You know what I mean? Trying to find somebody that's a better athlete than like an Allen Iverson or a Russell Westbrook, that's going to be a very tall task. The upper, but see, for me, not being a very good athlete, but not that level of athlete, I think that the majority of that stuff is people psyching themselves out. I think a lot of it is people psyching themselves out. You know what I mean? Because there's just, except for obviously, dude, guys like, you do have the what's his names, the Deion Sanders, and what's the dude's name now that's like fucking off the chain? Bolt is too tall like a gazelle. Yeah, he's supposed to be, but his top speed is so bananas that it doesn't even matter. Mark Queen, every race definitely has athletes, but the best of the best will probably be African or African ancestry because Africa is too diverse. Yeah, I mean, at the top level, them dudes is bananas. I'll put it this way, dude, mentally, it's the same way. Like, they were like, intellectually, oh, dude, I'm there. And intellectually, dude, I'm world class in that regard. So, dude, I understand that they believe black people aren't smart. Right? Because most of the people that you'll see with the PhDs and the MDs are European. But that doesn't mean that there ain't just as many black people with the ability to do that. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I just like this. I do try my best to judge people on an individual basis related to things like that. But as far as how they view the world, fuck the dumb shit. They believe it. They believe it. And that's what's important. Because they believe it. Similar to our inferiority complex. Most of the stuff that black people say we can't do, like that shit most of that's mental. Most of that is us telling ourselves that we can't do it. Because society tells us we can't do it. Or you can't be a lawyer, you can't be a doctor, you're never going to be an astrophysicist because that you're not that smart. The real geniuses are, and they point to the people that the geniuses is always some nerdy white dude, right? with glasses that, you know, on a computer with terrible people skills. And that's not necessarily the case. It's not necessarily the case. But, you know, people see the world the way they see it, though. You know what I mean? Bo Jackson, the best athlete ever. He's a hell of an athlete. That's for damn sure. Would I put Bo Jackson as the best athlete ever, though? Over Tyson Fury? Will you put him over there over Tyson Fury? I mean, Tyson Fury's 6'9", 300 pounds, and fights just like Muhammad Ali. I mean, he looks just like Muhammad Ali in the ring. It has to be Tyson Fury. Can you believe these dudes actually act like Tyson Fury fights like Muhammad Ali? Amazing. I wish we would stop this fake fear of everything. It pretty much. Said the problem is black people can do both. P.S. That's the thing that scares people. Yeah, black people are especially Nigerians are some of the brightest people I've ever met. Like very, very intelligent people, man. Very, very well educated. Said Fanon, if Deion Sanders is so athletic, imagine if he boxed. Yeah, we've got him. I mean, you don't have to imagine whether he boxed or not. Most of those guys of that talent level did box. They're guys like Sugar Ray Robinson. He fight like Alibaba. Fights like Alibaba. Dude, shit's absolutely crazy, man. Michael Jordan was the best athlete. I don't know. He's a great athlete. That's for damn sure. I mean, there's a lot. Dude, I think there's just a level of athlete that you get to where it's like one is better at something than the other guy is. You know, like Muhammad Ali, that's a great athlete, dude. That's probably the best athlete ever to box. He's the best athlete that I've ever seen in the ring. But then again, Roy Jones is like that too. You know what I mean? Roy Jones Jr. just smaller. Dude, that dude is a ridiculous athlete, man. He said, my friend from the Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, is one of the smartest dudes I know. Yeah. Yeah, the Nigerian dudes are very, very bright, man. Very bright. Can be very aggressive. And slightly inappropriate at times, but they are very, very intelligent people. So are Ethiopians and Somalians, you know? A lot of very bright guys, man. Very bright guys. But, you know, you're not necessarily cast into that role. And it's not what people see that's not what they think when they look at you. For example, these fucking bozos, like the guys that you keep naming, those two monkeys, those guys are fucking idiots. Like, especially the one. Now, the other guy with the bug eyes, like bug-eyed dude, I don't necessarily think that he's not stupid. He just rides the fence, which I can't respect. So I don't listen to him. You know what I mean? Like if you have an opinion, you have an opinion. What's your opinion? Once you look at the facts and you draw your conclusion, what's your conclusion? If you're not going to draw a conclusion, then what the fuck am I listening to you for? I have no purpose for you. I want to know what it is that you think, right? If you're just going to ride the fence and say, well, you know, I never want to tell anybody, I'm just going to be right here unbiased. I'm going to tell you what this person says, and I'm going to tell you what this person says, and I'm going to stand in the middle of them and look like fucking boo-boo the bug-eyed idiot. Who the fuck cares what you think? Do you think the motherfucker cheated or not? Is there any particular issue that you're going to take up or not? Or is everything that you say going to coalesce perfectly with what that particular fan base is not willing to jump on you for? Now, make sure I hear what I said. Is your opinion just going to be something that particular fan base will not attack you for saying? Because it's not necessarily that you're trying to appease them. You're trying not to get attacked by them. See, because I know this. When you say something that people in the UK do not like, you are attacked. Like they attack people worse than anybody I've seen attacks people. Like they're constant, like calling you out of your name, making up shit about you, lying about shit, inundating your comment section. Like there might be only 15 people that left comments, but them 15 people are going to leave 30 comments each, right? So you got to go. So, but what I do, just so you know, is I read your comment, delete, read, delete, read, delete. You not sometimes you don't even have the time to do it, so you just got to let the shit sit there and watch them people shit all in your living room. So I understand that these people, why I say these people are fucking cowards. Because if they think about something and they even start thinking, well, that does look like it's his hand in his glove. I'll leave that alone. Yeah. What do you guys think about what Fanon said? I'll just get them to come to my channel to call Fanon an idiot. I'll just say, oh, well, you know, this is photoshopped. Deontay Wilder didn't say anything about this. Get the fuck out of here, man. You said Ali didn't go to prison? Nah, Ali didn't go to prison. Oh, you're talking about Ali before this. He never went to prison. He was suspended. He didn't go to prison. But anyway, man, shame on all you clowns for that. And why don't you just say you don't believe it too? Why you gotta like talk about what other? I don't sit there and say that what other people believe or don't believe. I just get on the page and say what I believe. Just say you don't believe it, but you're looking for attention. Anyway, it is what it is, though. Look, man, much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. My man KQKC is coming up next, so make sure y'all go check him out next. Main Event Mark said they are fucking inbred sociopaths. That's why. Now they do look inbred, though. I will tell you that. Yeah, he does. They do look inbred. Huey Fury definitely looks inbred. Huey Fury looks like he's inbred. Because I don't know what combination of fucking genetics would allow or would have a grown man's back looking like that at this age. Like you got fights and you got to pause the fights so somebody can get you a Band-Aid because your pus is bleeding, because your pimple bust and bled all over the fucking place. Bug eyes scares me. Hey, dude, just, hey, man, whatever, man. Whatever. Go along to get along. Maybe I feel like doing that today. Sometimes I want to get along. I want to go along to get along. Sometimes, but it just never really works out for me. Lost respect for Jeff Mayweather for that last video. What did he do? You doubt what Jeff Mayweather's going to say? He's going to say that it's not real. It's not true. It's not real. It's not true. Got you, Jeff. Dude, Jeff Mayweather has to live with these people. Jeff Mayweather has to work with these people. They are good pimples, yeah. Jeff probably just, I bet you he said he never really looked at it carefully either, too. Who cares with Jeff? I mean, I don't mind Jeff Mayweather, though. But they're going to stick a camera in his face and ask him about it. Yeah, whatever. That's cool. Anyway, it is what it is. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. We'll check y'all out tomorrow. And with that, I'm out. Peace.